You know where that zombie's not gonna be? The sequel.
Yeah, bro, he's not gonna be in the sequel at all. Not even in the remake of the sequel, based on the sequel.
No. In here.
He's like, that's Survivor.
Oh! Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. It's gonna kill it.
Oh!
Yeah, I seen that. Did you see that, bro? No, you can't because you don't have a head.
In here.
Yep.
This is getting messy.
There's a whole
Yeah,
lot of
give me
head.
that shit. Yeah. Always a lot of head.
They were ahead of
They
their
moved
time.
ahead over.
Smashing through those barricades.
Yeah. For real. MG string
Can't have
divas.
80s zombie game without cheesy one-liners, bro. Just saying.
Yeah, bro. You gotta have it. You always gotta have it. And you always gotta have that one person that dies first, like me.
What can I say about Drop Dead the Cabin? Well, it's certainly not a typical zombie game per se when it comes to presentation, but I believe most will see a mix of other games in here, with the majority probably referencing the zombie mode in Call of Duty the most. But with this lovely 80s vibe and theme, plus the use of meta avatars, it's much less, but more like,
I could use a Twinkie.
that's right, a little less somber Walking Dead style, but definitely way more double tapping and Twinkie scavenging kind of a game. If you needed further proof of that, I feel I represented that in my intro adequately. I mean, I threw a plate, and cut a zombie's head off.
Gonna kill it.
Oh!
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, that shot. So what can you expect from the game that launches today on the MetaQuest store? To be fair, I didn't really know what to expect myself, and so far I'm happy to report that I've been having a lot of fun with this. So I think fun is the first expectation here, and second, I highly recommend you play with a friend. However, it appears that you will be able to join random people too, should you not know anyone with the game right off the bat. But this game can be played solo or co-op though. After playing with a few creators and talking with others, I feel like everyone agrees on the fun factor and approves the art style. A full disclosure too, I'm a total sucker for 80s themed or styled things. They're awesome in my book and pure nostalgia.
Okay, Boomer.
So to kick off my thoughts and opinions on the game, I'm going to flip it this time around and start with the negatives, which to be honest are really more like nitpicks. But before I state what I like and don't like about the game, please be advised I was given early access to the game, and my gameplay may not, or most likely won't, be an honest reflection of what's releasing today. So the things I'm going to call out may already be fixed, but if they're not, it can't be overstated that everything in this category can absolutely be fixed. So let's get started. Audio is a big thing for me, and the audio mix in the build I'm playing isn't great in terms of volume, especially when recording clips. The game volume seems to be lower than the voice. Now there are settings to adjust this, but I couldn't nail it in terms of getting a nice leveled flow between voice and game sounds. In fact, in my recordings I have the music almost all the way down, game sounds all the way up, and voice to about 25% volume. That said, the voice still overshadows the game sound effects even in the headset, so I'm hopeful that was caught and fixed prior to today, but if not, hopefully it will be soon. Next would be melee, which isn't always on point, but when it slaps, it slaps. What I mean by that is I've had on a few occasions my melee weapon seemingly go right through the zombies and not register a hit.
Ooh.
Get the hell out of here.
But again, when it does work, it feels good and sounds good. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to optimize that if it hasn't already been done by today's launch. But first, my final thoughts, and all the positives which far outweigh those pesky negative nitpicks I just did. The game is fun, and it gets more fun the further you make it, and you can double all of that if you're playing with a friend. That's my honest take. There's going to be people complaining about the use of meta avatars, which I've already heard, but in my opinion, it doesn't take away anything from the game. I'd go as far as to say that it keeps the game leveled in terms of what I think the developers are going for here, which is good old-fashioned arcade co-op zombie bashing, so I personally think the shoe fits. Now one thing that might also come up is more players per match, like 4 players, etc. While I see an argument for that, I don't know if that's something we'll see. For one, I'm not sure that was in mind while this was in development, because as a co-op game it feels really balanced. Hard, but balanced. But even so, make no mistake, you will see that death screen a lot, especially when you're first starting out. The game doesn't hold back on unleashing the hordes on you, that's for sure. Also, I'd like to say there's a refreshing variety in the flesh eaters, which is good. In the places that they come from, and all the weapon spawning is randomized, so it keeps it fresh. But remember, the door you found that machine gun in this round may not be the room or the door that you have to go through to find it on the next. I think that's cool and it makes you strategize. Speaking of, just a quick pro tip, keep moving. Just keep moving, which is the best bit of advice I can give a new player. There's a decent amount of weapons that get upgrades as you use them from round to round. Things like durability and recoil, to mention a few, will get upgraded from round to round as you use those weapons more. There are different handguns and machine gun, a shotgun, and who knows what else, but over on the melee side you can use a lot of different things and they're a lot of fun to use. Things like bats, hammers, knives, shovels, forks, cups, and my personal favorite, the plates. I don't know why, but there's just something that never gets old about throwing a plate like a frisbee and maiming the horde one hit at a time. So you kill the zombies and get research points and then spend those unlocking chests which contain things like ammo, health, and weapons, or you unlock doors to progress and explore more sections of the map. And as of this video, I have not seen the entire map yet because those zombies be getting thick, yo. But that's not all. You have to find batteries and fuel for the generator so you can get out of there. But watch out for the zombies destroying your system because they don't like the noise. Also, your health will regenerate a bit if you get low, but it takes a few seconds to kick in. Also, it doesn't go all the way up. Instead, to get a full health bar again, you gotta find cartons of milk.
He needs some milk!
Look at him go. Never seen a man more determined for milk in my life.
Like the ones we used to drink with school lunches back in the 80s and 90s, and I don't know, maybe they still do that. So in the end, I'm still having a lot of fun with this, and I think a lot of people will too. It launches today for $24.99 USD, and I think if you're in the market for a fun arcade-like zombie shooter that has some style, some nice style, you should definitely check this one out, because this game has been survivor tested, survivor approved. Thank you all for watching, keep playing, keep surviving, and take care.